Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have Mashhood playing Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Now you win back-to-back locals with this, is that right?
Yeah, back-to-back.
And what do you think about this deck?
It's good. I mean, there's some default, like there's some drawbacks to it, but like the untap 3 is just busted. Just plain broken. If you get past turn 1 and 2, you're fine. But then when you get to turn 3, it's like very difficult to kill you, honestly. But then, you know, we have the sideboard for those aggressive decks and anything of that sort. But yeah, the leader is just pretty simple. Only red ribbon cards to ramp. So you can't use the A16 from set 8 because it's not a red ribbon. Really the only red ribbon you're going to ramp with is this. That's about it. When it swings, draw a card. And then when you have a 2-drop unison, awaken, take up to 6, and then draw a card. On awaken side, you have to add 3 blue android cards from your energy to your hand. That's a cost. And then at the end of the turn, you draw a card, add up to 3 android cards back, and then at the for the opponent's turn, you can't activate android cards for 7 or less. But so you can't use God Seal, you can't use stuff like other random like Oceanus or any Floodgate of that sort. So you're going to have to use Android-based cards. But I mean, there's ways to get around that. The deck comes with the Floodgate. I'll get into it.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so let's see some of the main decks, see some of the Android lineups.
Mandatory, you have to have 4 unison. This is the unison I'm running. Some people run hit, but I have to run this. It's 4. I need to see this turn 2. Maybe turn 1, whatever, regardless, you know, turn 1 is never a harm. You need to see it no matter what turn 2. Turn 3, it's kind of just not that good. It's still not that bad because you get the untap 3. But I awaken turn 2 always with the deck. I mean, I've never been killed turn 2 or anything of that sort. It's very good, especially if I know I'm going in the aggro. I just side in beans. This deck doesn't run beans, by the way. It's pretty crazy. The only blue deck that doesn't main it. But yeah, auto, when a player attacks, you just add a marker to the card, and then you use 1 mono blue card from your drop, and just combo with it. So if your opponent swings into this, or if you go the offensive, every hit is a 20k. It gets very handy sometimes because, you know, the unison gains a marker, so it's at 3, goes up to 4, and then they're swinging a 15k at it, or if they're swinging a 20k at it, it's still going to go back down to 3. It's kind of a tank. -4, 10 power, dual attack for the turn. Very good. Just comes up like about 2 to 3 times in a match, but it's just added pressure. If I play the mirror against blue or something of that sort, they have a blue unison, you just -4, swing 25, 25.
All right. And do you ever see yourself running the hit unison at all, or purely these guys?
I may run 1 hit, but because you can't run Zeno, you can't ramp or anything like that. There's no other good 2-drop blue unison. They purposely just don't make that. I don't know why. Well, I mean, then again, it's blue. But yeah, that's about it. But let me go more into the deck. 1 for the spice, Battlemen. I just run it.
All right. Pretty good. You can put it back down with energy.
Yeah. So like the way this deck is that your energy is another hand. So every time you ramp something, it's still there. I can show you some lines of play. You never have your energy interrupted. I always have 3 energy, turn 3 to put back. Because if I have this, this, and this, I can't pick up 3. I can't untap 3. These are not Android cards. They don't have the Android trait. You need to have 3 Androids, but there's a way around that. This is pretty simple. A16 made this popular. I'm just running the 1 of just to crit them down 1 life. Then we go into the searcher. I run 3. I might switch this up to 4. I don't know. Because the one thing I don't like is top 4. It adds an Android red ribbon 3 or less, or a unison 2. So it's this target or about like 7 other targets in the deck, and 9 other targets in the deck. Maybe 12. I have to count. I'm bad at math. But yeah, this is just pretty simple. Turn 1 play, then you just combo it out to 15k and 5k. Pretty easy from there. Deck standard in that scenario.
Pretty good searchers.
Yeah, very good searcher. The MVP of the deck is pretty much this Floodgate. So you always go into a turn where 3 energy open or 2 energy open. For 2 energy, you can literally just use this. Counterattack, it's a blue topo. It's a 14 topo. If your leader card is blue, negate, discard a card from your hand, negate and play this card. And then if they want to swing, they have to bottom deck too. So some decks thrive off the drop. This is bottom deck. It's a little inconsistent for some decks to just go off the bottom of the deck and find anything.
And something you kept on doing was that you kept those in your energy and just always pick it up at the end.
Yeah, so like there's a way, I'll show you certain plays in a minute where like if you ramp a card, you can just leave it in your energy and don't disturb it and just pick it up to your hand if you need it. So like if I charge it and then manipulate my energy with the plays I have, because the deck plays from energy, it's like A16, but you could just manipulate it and then get it back to your hand at the end of the turn. So your energy is literally another hand. Also, best card of the deck, one of the best is for Limitless Energy. So it's a free exhaust. Free exhaust as long as your leaders are red ribbon. These are red ribbon. Blue-green brings us into our boss monster, but it also lets you play from your hand or energy and bottom decks anything with greater or equal to their energy cost, which is very helpful. I play it like turn 3 against turn 2 if I'm on the play, and I just bottom deck it. Like I played GT, I bottom decked the pan, they didn't have a blocker, bottom deck any aggro, and just swing 20k duel. Keeps unisons in check, very good. And GT can't even hit it because it has deflect. For GT, I feel like it's more on the play of a match because I have to get my Android 18s off and my unison off.
That equal 2 part pretty helps out, yeah.
Yeah, not even that, but like the 18 just bottom decks anything 4 or less. These are certain cards that let you play or manipulate your energy. These I run 3. I'll get into each one of them after. And then these is 4. Preferably, I like this 18 because I'm a crit horse who just likes crit. Barrier, so it gets around Yamcha. This is more like a bean on your opponent's turn. It can only be played on your opponent's turn as well. So the one thing about this deck is the fact that like if you ramp a non-energy card, like a non-android card to get around it. So let's say if you have these 3 in your energy, you can get around it by tapping 1, play this. Let's say I take the top card of my deck and it's an android, but now I have this, right? So I can literally take the top 5 of my deck, put an android in there, and then take any one card in my energy, put it back to the bottom of the deck, and shuffle. You have to see it in action, but it's very easy. Just always think when playing with this deck, use the leader effect first, and then I'm going to resolve 18.
Okay.
You get to choose how your autos go off in this
So
deck.
These just help flush out the just the dead cards in your energy.
Dead cards, but it's also one drop spam. Limit 1, but I mean that's how this game is. Limit 1, spam. Limit 1, spam. These are like your aggression cards on your turn 3, turn 4. But the best card in the deck will definitely be the boss monster. And that would be... Actually, no, let me not get to the boss monster yet. I'm just running text right now. 3, let the battle begin. If you play 21, you know this. If I have a unison, 1 energy, bottom deck anything 4 or less, kills Sin Shenron, kills GT, U7 it helps a lot tremendously against.
Very powerful.
Because U7 is limited by energy plays, but then it becomes a blocker. Very good. Just save me against GT when they try to play a pan, and then they tap 2 and then I just bottom deck whatever they play. So then they lose 2 cards or they just don't get the 2 cards. But limit 1 is helpful because I mean the format's getting to a way where limit 1 just helps you. 3 steadfast comeback. Because this deck does not draw a lot, we need to control our opponent's hand. Combo 1 5k, but then you know like they're all green, you have 3 energy open, so you can manipulate your energy, you can combo out with the super combo. We play Bionic, no surprise over there. 4 Bionic, just to keep their hand on check. That's about it.
Now, do you play these more or do you combo with them more?
Sometimes I combo with them more because I feel like if they're not going to have much by that time, if they don't draw as much or anything of that sort, then I will combo it for 5k. I have no issue doing that because I have so much energy open. I don't always have 3 energy open. I'll have 4 energy open or something of that sort because you just don't always get the plays off with this deck. Cell is like usually your 4 turn play. But yeah, such a really good card because you can combo 1, tap 2, play it. Now you have a revenge blocker that's pretty much immortal. Really good against GT because even if they barrage is going to be 15. I know some people are running certain spice with GT that may hurt this card, but I mean on my turn it's not really going to do much. It's just discard, pretty much combo, discard 3 for about 3 energy. So it's kind of equal to Ribriant. This is just a bottom deck, so it's different. Android super
good.
combo. Need I say more? If you put it in your energy and you just leave it at the end of the turn, you can pick it up and put an Android useless from your hand. So
that's crazy.
Your energy is literally another hand with this deck. I mean, I ramp into this card all the time from the 18-17, and then I'll just leave it there and I'll be like, thanks, free super combo.
So this is just like strictly 16, but very Android locked.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't arrival. It doesn't do much on the opponent's turn. I just lock you out of playing the game on your turn. With all the counterplays against U7, it's a different matchup. Against certain decks, it's a different matchup. But I mean, that's what the side is for. I don't have this side solidified yet, but so far I beat Broly Surge, Trunks Black, Android 16, GT, U7. What else? 821. Yeah, that's about it.
Pretty valid.
1A17, I mean, come on, like, if you play blue, I don't know why you're not playing this. Get good at the game.
And it is a droid, so you can pick it up if you want.
So you pick it up. 1D Magic, because I like D Magic. 3 Chills Magic, 3 Chills Army, because, I mean, they really, the board is so big, they're not swinging at your lives. Multiple games where I've won, I was at 5, 6 lives, 4 lives, because they're not swinging at my lives. They're taking care of the 15k weenies I have that are crits, they're all threats. And then the first swing they get, the 15k weenie becomes a 20k weenie. And then they have to check the unison too, because now I'm just going to watch dual attack 25k them.
And people forget about the whole combo effect too.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
So people will just swing 15k and be like, ah, shit, I forgot. All right, fine, I'm just going to do 15. D-Magic, just because I like D-Magic, because the sparking comes up, because if I'm at 6, and it's come up numerous times, 6 goes down to 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm fine. So that's why I like the 1D Magic. Some people run 4 Chills, but I just like the 1D Magic. MVP of the deck, by far. I know I've said that a lot, but this is the best card in the deck. I run at 3. In my side, I might make room for a 4. This just auto wins certain matchups. Decks can't handle this anymore. It's deflect, dual attack. If U7 plays Jiren and then they Videl, I'm shot. I can't do anything. But, I mean, play it for 4 from your energy. Leader ramps the energy back, gains dual attack. It has dual attack, gains double strike, 30k, and then it board wipes. Not ignoring barrier, but everything just goes back to the bottom of your deck. Swings, if you dare activate a counter, you bottom deck. And since I'm hand controlling you for a majority of the game, usually people don't have like 8, 9 cards, they have like 7, 6. So you're going down, let's say you Violent Raise, -1, 7, 6, then the card you pitch for Violent, 4, and then bottom deck for Cell, 3. On the crackback, if I have this and I have Hachiek, Baby Hotch, which is my secret rare, and then you just go into it. I pretty much never lose a game once I have it out.
This just has like a lot of hand instruction for such a mono blue like
the
red.
crazy thing is that like not even that, it's the fact that like because I'm hand instructing the entire game, even if they petrify me with black, I'm fine because you just lost 3 cards from your hand and I'm willing to take that risk because I'll untap those 3 energy and be fine. I'll recuperate just fine.
And you just do it again, yeah.
I'll just do it again. That's fine. 3 draw apes. The deck does not draw a lot. We need to filter. We need to find the Hotch. We need to do what we need to do. Draw apes because I mean we untap 3 like Reboot back in the day. Still Reboot, but I mean we can get around it because we can run the yellow card. I understand if you put this in your energy, you're never gonna have it. You could always manipulate your energy. I've ramped it on my energy and just top 5 off the 17, fix it up, and then just done it. On turn 3 though, you have to be careful. If you have 2 non-droids, which you probably won't have, you just wouldn't play a card from your energy. That's the best time to draw it, tap 2, or just manipulate your energy or do something of that sort. There's a certain way to play with the deck. You'll have to test it out and see, but like it took some testing and it's gotten to the point where I never whiff off the 3 of the leader.
I respect the 3 different artworks too.
Yeah, I just like I'm looking. I would run 4, but I want the event pack one, and then I'm fine.
Valid.
Yeah, but I need to find space. The deck is I think at 54, 55 right now, but it needs to. 3 Beerus Destroys just for out comboing, just for filtering, drawing. Really good early game, really good late game. Just helps you push for pressure with Cell. I beat GT Trio today because he wolf fanged my Cell, and then I just dropped 2 Beerus Destroys, and then I'm just like back to. What, 35k and I'm fine because when Cell swings it gets 5k. If it's a first swinger it gains 5k from the unison, so I'm fine. And then 1 overwhelm. This deck is a little bit because of Giancarlo, thanks to him. He showed me with the Scientist Food. I got his build, I asked him some questions, this and that. But Scientist Food really helps a lot in the deck build. It just lets you draw, it's a cheap overwhelm. Once again, it never disturbs the ramp. You gotta get lucky sometimes with this deck. Secret Rare is hot. I borrowed it from my brother because we share Secret Rares. But yeah, that's about the deck in its core. And
now to be honest, I do like this deck because you can just tap out entirely and then restand 3.
Restand 3. It never disturbs me. I played against him. You were my opponent. You saw I never had an instance where I didn't have 3 energy open going into it. Broly around does not disturb me because if I'm playing against red, I will side into things that shut you down. Especially U7. U7 is the few deck that's running Broly Crown, but
and the 18 counterplay.
18 counterplay, 1 inside. 4 beans against AOD and aggressive ass decks. So because you know bean manipulate energy, turn 2 even if I play unison and you start swinging, I'll just bean. You get rid of the unison, that's fine by me. I'll play another unison and untap 3 at the end of the turn anyways. Kill. This is for yellow trunks. I mean my little brother plays the deck, but it's just a board wipe. Turn 7. If I get there, I get there. It's a 50-50 matchup. Another Beerus Destroys just for shits and giggles. God Seal. Now you can't God Seal on opponent's turn, but let's say if I'm playing against Green Cell and I know they're gonna shotgun me with Perfect Force, I won't do the untap 3 and draw a card. You miss your draw, but if I have God Seal, nothing. But you can also God Seal on your turn. If you play against A16 and they tap 4 for a big body, you just be like, God Seal. Because on your turn, you're up to no restriction. You can do whatever you want. Nothing's stopping you. It's great.
That's pretty good.
U7, Dirty Burst, 2 Majin Buu AOD, because the crazy part is I'll play this and I'll untap 4 at the end of the turn. And then once I have that, I play Android 15. This is a 2-drop, but the battle card being played has to be 3 or less and it goes back to the hand. Not always good, but against U7 it's amazing because they're limited by the energy they have. So if I'm on the play, I'm on the draw, I have 4 energy, they tap 2 for Broly Crown, I'll be like, okay, shut it down, back to your hand. You really want to invest 1 more for Broly Crown when I have 1 energy open. And then if they do that, then I'll play Battle Begin. And then, I mean, worst case scenario, they're down 2 energy for the turn, they're at 4 energy. I know Ultra Mastery is not coming at me, but this is for Ultra Mastery or for the Vegeta Secret Rare. And then the 1 Mafuba, I mean, I might swap out a Bean for another Dirty Burst. I've only played against U7 twice, so I need to know more of the matchup. But that's about it. That's the deck profile.
All right, that's pretty fire, man. Now, what would you say is your hardest matchups?
Hardest matchup, just aggro, early aggro. Maybe Broly swap. I have to see the matchup, but that's where I run Beerus Destroys. If Broly Swap goes first, I probably kind of just lose, I think. I haven't played the deck, but thinking on paper, I don't have a big hand. I don't do much. They crit me down pretty fast, pretty hard. That's where I would put in the other Beerus Destroys. I would probably put in God Steals. Actually, I don't even think I could put in God... Actually, I would probably put in God Steals to make them discard after I get rid of their board. The 17 and 18 do bottom deck a card, so if I do go second and they have a board... Problem is, they'll awaken turn 2. It's just all over the place. I have to see the matchup. I haven't played against it, but in my mind, I feel like that deck would be difficult. GT Trios can still beat me in certain times if I don't open up with the 18, if I'm not on the play, if they have a really good start. One of the matches, he just had a really bad start. He had like 4 markers in his unison. I brought it down to 3. I brought it down to 1. Then I just passed, and he just really couldn't recuperate because it doesn't do much unless the leaders awaken. There's a certain way to play. It's everyone's certain play style, but this is mine. The deck was heavily inspired by Giancarlo. I take no credit for it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, sounds pretty good. Any shout outs you like to do?
Shout out to Giancarlo because, I mean, pretty much it's his build. I just edited a little bit into it, such as the Bad Omen and anything of that sort, and the side. But, yeah, that's about it. Shout out to Trader.Andy channel, good content. Watch his shit. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, thank you, man. Congrats on your win again, back-to-back dubs. Hopefully you do good at the God event. That's coming soon. Definitely going to be recording it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Secret is hot, but I mean, I don't have it right now. My brother has it, so big deal. Yeah,
oh, good. $200 card, you know.
I mean, why buy 200? My brother has a card.
Exactly. All right, thank y'all for watching. Hope to see you soon.